And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! KO! Here's the cover.
Hey, what's up everyone, and we're back today with another video, this time taking a look at one of the two tier 10 British medium tanks with the FV4202, 4202, either way, or better known to at least us, or a certain group of individuals, as the cheese wedge, I suppose, just because of the very sloped upper plate on this tank. And as you guys by the video, I decided to just go for the 3 marks on this thing, just by playing it kind of semi-casually every once in a while. I got it up to about 92%, and I think Saturday I decided, hey, why not just push for it? And yeah, sure enough, this is going to be, I think, the game before, and then the actual 3rd mark is the 2nd game on Redshire. Crazy that map exists still. But right now we're on steps, and you can see we're not pushing too hard because we only really have myself, M46 Patton, and a light tank on this flank. And this is definitely the flank you want to be on in a medium tank. Just all the ridge lines, especially with the gun depression on the 4202, as we aim a nice shot into the T-54 and track him. And of course, just going for that nice assisted damage. And we have to be very aware of not end up as assisted damage ourselves this game, as there are 3 squares on the enemy team. And we're seeing an E6 do what E6s do best, and they're YOLOing, and we get a nice tracking shot on that E6. And that's going to come in real handy as one of our squares connects a shot, and we pick up about 1,200 assisted there. So he got outplayed, obviously. And yeah, I don't know why E6s do that. We get a really nice snapshot, really nice 369 into the T-54, and hopefully we can finish him off there for our first kill of the game. So this has been an outstanding start so far for marks wise. We're already past that 3K mark, which is always really good, and there's only 2 tanks dead, and now we're already rampaging kind of towards the enemy base as I try to dodge and dive out of any kind of arty fire. But the 3rd mark on this tank was about, I honestly, I don't know. I was just kind of spitballing it. Again, we have a bot in our Discord server that tells us, but I rarely use that before I actually go for it. But if I had to guess, based off other tier 10 mediums, I'd say around between 4,000 to 4,800 is about where this thing lies. I don't know the exact number. And right now we're putting the excellent Hesh rounds to good use, well, until we don't pen one of them on the T-49, he says. And this T-49 has no real hope against us. We actually don't pen him again, but that's okay because we do track him in place, and now we're just going to face hug him basically and put another one right into his side, set him on fire, and take him out. The Hesh rounds on this tank are just beautiful. I still prefer the heat rounds on the Action X, just for the flexibility, especially coming across the heavily armored tanks of tier 10, Type 5s, Mouse, E3, even some tanks like an E5 or something like that, IS-7. The 268 APCR is very nice on this, but you can find yourself in situations where it can be very underwhelming depending on the map you get. Something like Berlin, Sunset Coast, Abbey, maps like that. As we take out one of the arties, we have found the pig pen, and we are slowly taking them out as our M53, 55 just absolutely nukes the T-44. And right now, this is a little questionable. We're using the 210 pen Hesh against the 704 as an orange pen marker. But right now, we're having no issues, and we're just putting this extra DPM to work. Because the Alpha, when it used the Hesh rounds, is actually 480. And you can see 503 damage, just nasty. We just absolutely tear that 704 apart with the DPM there. And just get the most out of the steamroll of the game, which is actually nice for me to commentate on for once instead of just long 10-minute drawn-out games for a change. 60 TP puts one into us, and then we get a very kind of lucky pen, I'm not going to lie, on the low for 490. I didn't expect that one to actually pen, but we took the shot, and it did. So lucky me, I guess. But finish that game off with a very, very nice, I think about 5k damage. Yeah, 5,400 damage, just shy of 2k assisted. First class, and you can see we brought us up to about 94.06 that game. So a very quick, very fast-paced game there, but we were able to get the damage required to keep our marks going up, and that's all you really want, obviously, is just to keep going up and up and up and up with those 3 marks if you're going after them. So, excellent game for that. And yeah, we'll move on to the next one on Redshire, which is just an absolute great map again for this tank with its, I believe it's 10 degrees of gun depression on this 105mm that the 4202 packs. These are the maps you just dream of in medium tanks with gun depression, or any medium tank, to be fair. Just because they're so wide open, they have so many positions that you can make and take advantage of, I guess. And really, this game is going to be quite a lot going on. So, like I said, it's a great map, but I'll be honest, when I loaded in this game and saw 3 Valors, I was not exactly brimming with confidence, because the Valor is going to be pretty difficult to deal with on these ridge lines. It's pretty strong on this map, to be fair. That tank has basically no weak spot on the turret. It has one technically, but hitting it and penning it, good luck. It's not possible, but it's very hard. And it also, I believe, has 10 degrees of gun depression. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure most of the British heavies like that do, especially the Chieftain variants. It could have more, to be fair, but I think it's 10 degrees. And yeah, we're just going to play this very cautiously. To an extent, because like I said, at this point, I think this is pretty much, I was like, okay, I have a great map for this tank. I don't want to just rush in here and die stupidly. And right now, RNG is being a little unkind to us as we bounce off the side of the K91 there. It's kind of unfortunate, because again, going for those marks, you want every shot, every opportunity you get is just a chance for you to push that mark up a little bit higher, because you don't know. I mean, the thing with marking tanks a lot of the time is not every game is going to be, wow, this was amazing, this was so good. You're going to have those bad games, more than likely. You're going to have the stinkers on like Berlin, the city maps that just aren't great for mediums. Just targeting those specifically, but same goes if you're like an E100 and you get Mali or Prokhorovka with 3 arties. Like, have fun, good luck. Luck with that. So you see, these guys are playing, they're not rushing straight in, and again, I'm glad I didn't rush all the way up here. Usually I actually play up on the ridgeline ahead of me. My team has kind of stayed back, so I was kind of keeping an eye on that, because I didn't want to just rush in by myself and just get swarmed and have basically no way to get out, because to get out of that position I'd had to completely expose my rear to all those tanks on the enemy team you see right there. And we picked up 2k assisted, which is really, really nice, because we're still putting ourselves in a position at the front to try to make the most advantage, or take the most advantage of any spotting we can get at this point. Now, there's only 1 RD in this game on the enemy team, so I'm still trying to being aware of that. But I feel like I'm okay here. Not necessarily know that, because I could be here 1 second and just get obliterated the next, because that's fun. But we are picking up some assisted damage here, and this being annoying, just keeping these guys kind of lit, and so they can't push up to the next ridge line, essentially. And now our AMX M4 is just going in, which is not the best play, to be fair, as we bounce off the Stockade's turret, but it does give us some opportunities to kind of capitalize off his mistakes. As you see here, they are just swarming in now, and this gives us a good opportunity to just dump shots into these guys as they push in, and we're kind of over eager. They are just all pushing in, and at this point we are heavily outnumbered here. We have 3 tanks against like 8, and now they're just all swarming this 705A. But we're just going to start dumping some shots into these guys. We're not going to run away quite yet. We have enough speed in the 4202 nowadays at 50 kilometers an hour to confidently get away from these guys. Most of them are heavy tanks, and we got a nice fire on that 1 Valor to take him out. And I also noticed there's a lot of tier 8 tanks right here, so I don't have to worry about running away quite yet. I'm not too scared of a T-28 Prot or a Stockade, in my opinion, or a Dragon even in this tank. I'm really not. And then we're trying to just take this guy out, and we do. Really, we're okay here. We're facing a bunch of low tier tanks, and even though we're kind of outnumbered, as we get a shot into a guy we weren't even aiming for, to be fair. Unfortunately, Dragon does take out 75A, but we were able to finish him off. And we just sat there and farmed, honestly. We kind of just took their overconfidence and used it against them. Now we're just going to take that and take it and give it right back. This game's still close, technically. But as you can see, we've gained all the momentum here. They pushed too early, too aggressive, and just weren't taken into effect. That there's a couple medium tanks here with DPM that can just whittle them down super quickly. And yeah, we're just able to make quick work of that push by the enemy team and just send them packing. So I was a little worried there, but that's kind of a fun fight. It's always fun with those kind of massive brawls. They don't happen that often, especially when they happen in your favor like that. It was just knowing the situation, analyzing it and going, okay, do I really need the run here? No, I don't. I'm good. And if I do need the run, I can do that given the tank I'm in and given the tanks that they have on their team. As we load our first Hesh round of the game and almost get enough to kill the Artie, but that's okay. Our E100 finishes him off. We try to snap one into the remaining light tank. Every little bit helps at this point for that third mark. As we are chasing this guy down, we try to fire another one. It goes into the building. That's okay. We get a little bit of assisted damage since we're the one chasing him, and our 432 finishes him off to cap out that second game. So we end up with just over 5k damage there, 3k assisted, and another good game. Nothing mind-blowingly crazy. Not 9k damage, 8k damage, stuff like that. The big highlight games. But still over 8k combined, which is an excellent result regardless of anything going on. As we are able to pick up the third mark, as the title suggests, on the 4202. Still my second favorite, but still a good laugh, especially with those Hesh rounds. And you guys should see a machine game from my third mark session on that as well. Not going to be the actual third mark game on that because it was kind of underwhelming. But look for that in the coming days, hopefully. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you all later. See you. Peace.